You just spent hours reading that crucial report, that fascinating book, and that life-changing article. And poof, it's gone. Vanished from your brain like it was never there. Sound familiar? What if forgetting isn't your fault, but your reading method is? And what if there was a science-backed way to turn your brain into a retention machine? Stick around for the next few minutes and you'll discover the #1 mistake causing you to forget almost everything you read. How to ditch passive highlighting and truly engage your brain. Proven techniques not to just read, but understand deeply and recall information effortlessly, long term. This isn't just about reading, it's about unlocking your learning potential. Let's be real. We live in an information tsunami. Books, articles, emails, social media, we're consuming constantly. But absorbing? That's a different story. Most of us are accidentally practicing digital amnesia. Think about the last important thing you read. Can you recall the main arguments, the key details? For most people, the specifics fade incredibly fast. This isn't just a feeling, it's science. Back in the 1880s, Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered the forgetting curve. It reveals a shocking truth. We can forget up to 70% of new information within a day if we don't actively fight it. So why does this happen? It boils down to one major mistake: passive reading. Just letting the words wash over you, highlighting endlessly, rereading without thinking. Your brain sees this as low-priority noise. It doesn't encode the information properly. It's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. So if passive reading is the enemy, what's the secret weapon? It's understanding how your brain actually learns and remembers. It's not a hard drive. It's a dynamic network that craves engagement. Myth #1 busted. Rereading is not effective learning. Sure, it feels familiar, but familiarity isn't competence. Your brain recognizes the words, but it doesn't mean you've learned or can recall information when it matters. The real game changer, the principle behind almost all effective memory techniques, is active recall. Instead of passively receiving information, you actively retrieve it from your memory. Think of it like building a path. Reading strengthens the path to the information. Active recall strengthens the path back from it. Which one do you need for real-world use? Every time you force your brain to dig out that piece of information, that neural connection gets stronger. It's like flexing a memory muscle. Another key principle, spaced repetition. Remember that forgetting curve? Spaced repetition means reviewing information at increasing intervals, strategically timed right before you're likely to forget. Each review pushes that forgetting curve flatter, locking the memory in for the long haul. So we know why we forget, and principles to fight it. But how do we apply this effectively? Finding this valuable? Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss more brain-boosting strategies. Now let's get practical. Alright, let's build your toolkit. Forget passive highlighting. Embrace active engagement. First up, let's revolutionize how you attack any text with the powerhouse SQ3R method. Forget passive scanning. This is active engagement from the get-go. Step 1. Survey. Don't just jump in. Get the lay of the land. Quickly scan headings, summaries, intros, conclusions, and images. What's the core topic? What's the structure? Build a mental map before you read word 1. Step 2. Question. Now turn those headings and key points into burning questions. What do you need to find out? What puzzles you? Actively asking questions primes your brain, turning it into a focused information hunter. Step 3. Read. Okay, now you can dive in. But read with purpose. You're actively hunting for the answers to your questions. Engage the material, challenge it, connect it to what you already know. Step 4. Recite. This is a secret sauce. After finishing a section, stop. Look away from the text. Can you explain the main idea out loud? Can you summarize it in your own words without peeking? This forces active recall right then and there. If you can't explain it, you haven't gotten it yet. Don't skip this. It's where the magic happens. Step 5. Review. Learning isn't one and done. Circle back later, use spaced repetition, revisit your questions, test your recall from memory. Log that knowledge in for the long run. SQ3R transforms reading from a passive glance into an active investigation. You're not just letting words wash over you. You're building, testing, and reinforcing real understanding. SQ3R builds the foundation. But for complex ideas, there is a technique favored by geniuses. The Feynman technique crushes complexity in 4 steps. 1. Choose your concept. 2. Explain it simply, like teaching a child. Use analogies, avoid jargon. 3. Identify your gaps. Where did you stumble or use complex words? That's your weak spot. 4. Go back, fill the gaps, simplify. Repeat until it's crystal clear. If you can't explain it simply, you haven't truly learned it. This forces deep processing and builds rock-solid memory. Active reading, deep understanding, check. Now, how do we make recall systematic and conquer that forgetting curve? Ditch passive note-taking. Instead of copying, generate questions as you read. Why is this important? How does this connect? What's the core argument? Write down questions. Later, test yourself by answering them from memory. This is targeted active recall. The Cornell notes system is also great, building recall cues right into your note structure. Manually scheduling spaced repetition is tough. Let technology help. Apps like Anki use algorithms to show you flashcards based on your recall questions right when you're about to forget. It gamifies review and is incredibly efficient for long-term retention, focusing only on what you need to review. No app, Littner system with physical flashcards achieves a similar powerful effect. Imagine combining these: active reading with SQ3R, deep understanding via Feynman, targeted recall questions in your notes, automated reviews with SRS. This isn't a magic photographic memory. It's using proven learning strategies to work with your brain. Implementing these takes practice. Start small, maybe just adding the recite step after reading a section. Build from there. But the payoff is transformative. Imagine finally retaining information from books and courses, contributing insightful points effortlessly, learning new skills faster, and building a powerful knowledge base that truly sticks. You're not just consuming information anymore. You're learning, retaining, and growing. You're turning reading into a powerful engine for personal and professional development that's invaluable. So, the secret is to remembering what you read. Ditch passive habits, embrace active recall, question, summarize, teach. Use spaced repetition to make memories last, leverage frameworks like SQ3R and Feynman, and use tools like Active Notes and SRS apps. This isn't magic, it's method, it's science, and now it's yours. Now the question for you: what's the one book, subject, or skill you wish you could remember perfectly using these techniques? Share it in the comments below. Let's see what everyone wants to master. And if this video sparked some ideas, show me some love with the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into learning and productivity, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching. Now go read something amazing and actually remember it. See you next time.